Offkai Expo Gen4 has ended. Some of you may know I have quite the history with Offkai. I was there for the first Offkai. I think I had an official meet and greet actually for it. I was there for the first Offkai Expo. I was like one of the only hype men for Offkai Expo Gen 1. I was doing streams talking about the events. I was retweeting everybody. I was so into it. And I feel like the attendance for that event, wasn't it only like, it was like 250 or 250 to 250 to 400, right? It was like a very, very small. Oh, it was 700. Okay, bigger than I thought. It was a very small convention. You know how many people showed up this year? 6,900. It is 6 times as big. In the year 2025, Offkai Expo Gen 4, we had a record-breaking amount of stuff stolen. And by that, I mean, somebody broke into the FaZe Connect truck and stole the booth stuff and then the Sheena standees. Incredible. Incredible. We're always setting new records. The most stuff stolen ever. Hell yeah. So, in terms of actually attending Offkai Expo in person, I only went last year, and then I poked my head in a bit this year. My thoughts overall on the convention center, I don't like the new one. I'm not trying to be like autistic about change or whatever, but the new layout was really, really confusing, and I did not like that. I also did not like the general atmosphere of Offkai Expo Gen 4. I felt like the staff, not like, I didn't have any official events or anything at this Offkai, so I'm not talking like on the back end. I'm talking like in person. My experience with the staff where they were a little bit standoffish. I felt like I was constantly about to be scolded. Overall, it made me really want to stay away from the event center. I don't know who was on the staff or why things turned out that way. Maybe it was like the con center people themselves and not Offkai staff. I don't know. All I know is that like I went to go to the artist alley and I'm going up this fucking escalator and I've got my badge on my chest, right? And the woman at the escalator is like, no, come here. And I'm like, what? Okay. Like, she sounded very angry with me. And so I go up to her and she like grabs my badge and inspects it for like 20 seconds and then says, okay, you go. And I was like, okay, that woman sucked. Okay, you guys encountered her too. What the hell was up with that, man? The badge checkers weren't Offkai staff? Oh, the staff official guest liaisons were really nice. The fox like you, I can't imagine the smell put them in a good mood. I didn't smell anything weird. I don't know what people were talking about like that. At least she didn't trauma dump. At least she didn't trauma dump. Notorious badge checker lady. I guess so. Yes, that was convention center staff. That lady was awful. Okay, I'm glad that everybody knows like exactly what I'm talking about. Nimore, thank you. One asked me to get out of my wheelchair to prove I was disabled. Are you serious? How is that? What? What the fuck? Why was she so mean? Why was she so mean? It wasn't like the worst it could have been, I guess. But it was just so like my badge is on my chest. Like, I'm not hiding it. There's nothing obstructing it. Why are you being like mean? Thank you. Not joking. Was awkward as hell. When did they do that to you? Final boss escalator lady. Oh my god. I wouldn't doubt it was the escalator lady that asked you to get out of your wheelchair, because that's fucking insane. She was so aggro. The worst staff not being Offkai volunteer sure is surprising. I feel like Offkai has come a long way. I feel like conventions in general, maybe I'm too much of an apologist for Offkai. However, all conventions have serious growing pains. And Offkai Expo is a highly niche convention with very specific requirements that most other cons have to an extent, but don't need to, I guess, be as perfect with. Like most cons, if the internet's kind of bad, you know what? That's okay. That's all right. It's not the end of the world. Maybe somebody's browser's a little bit slow during a panel. But with Offkai, it's like they need a fuck ton of like outgoing and ingoing upload, download for like 10 different people constantly, and a bunch of people are also still like using their phones and stuff at the con as well. But there's so many people using the convention internet to broadcast video, basically live streaming. There's like 100 people live streaming at the con. So, you know, I don't really fault Offkai for internet issues. Okay? Is it sad? Yes. Does it sometimes lead to missed events? Yes. But like, there's only so much they can do. Other issues with Offkai, people complain about like the tech side of things. Again, it's hard to get tech people. I do think it's unfortunate when tech issues happen. But like somebody else in chat said, the con is doubling in size every year. All right? They're trying. Conventions can go so much worse than Offkai ever has. And so, I don't know. I just wish that people had a bit more perspective. And I wish that like some people would, like, some people go into it and they're like, but I don't have these issues at other conventions. And it's like, yeah, because the other conventions have been going on for like 10 years and they're primarily like anime cons or whatever the fuck. Like, come on, man. Is Offkai cheaper than those other conventions? Genuine question. I would say all conventions are generally around the same price, with the exception of super small conventions and super large conventions. Yeah, I don't know how tech side of things went for Offkai this year. I haven't really heard anybody bitching. I think there was like some meet and greet issues with some stuff getting set up late. It's not been as catastrophic, I guess, this year. And I say this as somebody who has suffered from Offkai tech issues. Okay, like it's never as bad as people make it out to be. The only big issue I saw was someone using a universal remote to turning off the TV during phase meet and greets. Yeah, but that's not like Offkai's fault. That's like someone being a shitter. Mine was delayed and I missed phase concert. Well, stuff happens.
Mwah! Mwah! Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, bye-bye.